All through my life, I've built barriers to protect myself from getting hurt by people. But when I came into 7th grade, I met two important people in my life who were able to get past my defenses without really trying. The first was called Angie. She was a new girl in our school. As it seemed like a fresh start, I decided to try and make friends with her. She was wonderful, and we got on as if we'd been close friends for years. The second was a boy called Sam. I met him on the first day of school during study hall. At first, I was kind of jealous of him because he seemed to get along too well with one of my other friends. But I quickly shook this off when I got to know him better. He was such a great guy, and so in tune with me that we soon became close. Later in the year, Sam and I ended up sitting next to each other in ELA. Things were going great with him, and we seemed to talk non-stop with each other. I was so relaxed around Sam that my mind started to play tricks on me. Was I starting to have feelings towards him? Maybe. I wasn't sure. But now it was February, and the school Valentine's dance was approaching. I was feeling pretty low at that time. I didn't have a steady boyfriend, and had never had one because of the barriers I built against anyone wanting to get close to me. Then, out of the blue, Sam asked me to go with him to the dance. We both understood that it wasn't a date, just two friends going out together. Why not? So I said yes. It was all going fine at the dance, and I thought we were having fun. But halfway through the evening, Sam suddenly turned to me and said he found the whole thing boring and he was leaving. Moments later, he upped and left the dance hall. Not long after he'd gone, I received a strange text from him that read, "Sorry for leaving you, but I was too afraid to ask you if you want to be more than friends." It was clear from what he texted me that Sam saw our relationship taking a step further. I liked Sam a lot, but because of my barriers, I'd always struggled to hold down a steady relationship. Then I thought, because I was already close to Sam, it might just work out. So I decided to take a chance, and I texted back, "Sure." The next day, we talked over the phone for ages and got to know each other even better. I felt happy and optimistic about my decision to become Sam's girlfriend. Maybe I hadn't built my walls too high after all. Maybe I could hold down a steady relationship. I was determined to be open-minded and give it my best shot. All was going well with Sam for a while, and I genuinely thought we could make it together. But then small doubts started to creep in. I began to think he only wanted to be with me so he could show everybody he had a girlfriend. And that apart from friendship, he didn't really have strong feelings for me at all. So I confronted him. "Are you just with me because you want to show people that you have a girlfriend? You aren't really into me, are you?" "What? Come on, this is nonsense," he said. That night, I thought long and hard about my relationship with Sam. I knew it wasn't turning out to be what I expected and wasn't working for either of us. So, after churning things over and over, I finally decided to break up with Sam. The next day, I tried to make our breakup as gentle as possible for Sam and said it wasn't his fault. It was down to me. I told him that I decided to wait till I was older before having a serious relationship. Finally, I said that despite our breakup, I still wanted us to remain as close friends as we had been before we started dating. At the time, he said he would, but it wasn't long before it all came crashing down. It started later that day at school. Sam seemed to be avoiding me. When I eventually cornered him and asked him what was wrong, he said something that took me completely by surprise. He told me he never wanted to speak to me again. I was shocked. I didn't know what to say. Sam continued to avoid me all that day. Then it got even worse. Sam asked the teachers to change the seating arrangements in the class, so I was as far away from him as possible. I felt terrible. He had been my closest friend before we'd started dating. Now our closeness had disappeared completely. Sam wanted nothing more to do with me. Losing a close friendship is in a way like losing a loved one. I felt really down for a long time. I was lucky in that I was still very close to Angie, and she helped me think things through. One day I asked Angie if I should try talking to Sam, to see if I could change his mind so we could at least be friendlier towards each other. She said it was worth a try, but not to hold out much hope. I think she believed my closer relationship with Sam had been a damaging experience for me. She was worried that I would start putting up barriers again to shut people out of my life. Angie was right about Sam. He refused to talk to me about our breakup or even about becoming friends again. It's been a long time now since my breakup with Sam. If I see him around, he can barely bring himself to say hi to me, and that's a shame. He was a close friend once, and I miss that. But Angie was wrong in her concerns about my relationships with people in the future. I know it's in my nature to keep my guard up and be cautious about new friendships and relationships, but having close friends is a wonderful thing. Maybe next time, though, I'll be more careful not to step over the boundary between being with someone who is important to me as a close friend and getting into a relationship with them. At least, not till I'm sure it's the right person for me.